Hello guys, welcome back to Reborn with Michael Watson. Today I want to talk about this subject that I get a lot of comments every time I speak about Neville Goddard. They say, Neville Goddard never charged for his services. Here's another person trying to make money off his name. Now that's an interesting statement. And I get comments a little bit like this. And let's see if my editing skills work here, guys. I don't often edit my videos. And so today I want to talk about it. Did Neville Goddard actually charge for his services or not? And what is the lesson in this as well? So we can grow deeper spiritually. So before I do that, please do like, share and subscribe. Comment down below if you find the video helpful. Also, please join my free Facebook group, The Healing Circle, where I do extra content and extra questions and helpful things on there. I answer any question that's asked on there, okay? So let's go into it. Everything is linked in the description, by the way. So I get these comments often about, why'd you charge? And I get a lot of people reach out for me wanting free coaching, one-to-one, And look, I understand it. I actually am working really hard at the moment behind all the scenes to be able to offer free coaching as much as possible. For people in need, I sometimes offer it. I don't have any space left at the moment for that because actually I also need to make a living too. The same way that everyone who does their job makes a living. If you're a carpenter, you may do some work to, help someone out. But you have to also do some work to make a living. Now, the reason why I bring it up is because I found it interesting because I had so many comments like that. I was like, I actually want to research, did Neville Goddard actually charge for his services? Well, I actually am going to link a video in the comments. I'm going to pin it. That will show you that he actually did charge, and he charged very handsomely. And I'm going to explain about it a little bit and what the lesson is. So just to give you the overview, if you don't want to watch the full video of him talking, it's in his own words. But Neville Goddard was asked to come and do some speaking. Now, one of the nights he was a guest of someone, and this guest said to him, funny enough, he said, I don't like the way you speak about the Bible. You don't see it as a historical text. You see it as a psychological text. Neville Goddard was saying, well, I see it as a psychological text. This is how I teach. On your night, the night where I'm speaking to your alumni, I will not speak in that manner. But the other nights are my nights. So I'm going to speak how I want. Now, he said I was charging $40 for the 5 nights of lectures for people to attend. So that's back in, probably 1945, 50, 60. I'm not 100% sure at the time. But a lot of money, actually. Quite a lot of money. But this guy said, he said, how many people are allowed to come? He said, only 40. He said, I'm so sorry, sir. He said, firstly, you've asked me to not speak the way I want to speak. Then you're saying I can only have 40 people there. I can't do that. He said, I've flown my wife and children over here at my own expense. I'm staying in a wonderful hotel because I will not sleep in squalor. And he said, I'm deciding now that we have had we had a gentleman's agreement that you would allow me to speak here and you would take 40%. And I would have the 60%. He said, you're saying there's only 40 allowed. He said, I can't only speak to 40, I need more. So he said, I spoke to this lady and I said, secure me a venue. He said, she only invested $90 into this venue for 5 nights. He said, 208 people turned up. Now do the math. So 208 people times 40 is about £4,995. In today's money, it would be 300,000 for 5 days work. That's Neville Goddard. He charged. He saw the value in himself. Now, what I tend to say to people with this as well is when you are getting angry at people putting out things and charging for things, you need to actually look at yourself and wonder, why do I have this feeling like everyone's trying to cheat me? And you need to look at your life and say, am I feeling like I'm being cheated? Because the thing is actually just from being an actor, being a spiritual deep diver, I have invested in myself probably tens of thousands of pounds over the years to improve in every aspect of my life. Now that investment has come back to me because now I get to sit in a position where I do a job that I love. And I've always done jobs that I love, except 1 year of my life where I didn't get to do a job that I love because I was trying to do the right thing and not following my instinct. But we'll go into that in another way. So the point that I'm trying to make here is Neville Goddard did charge. Joseph Murphy did charge. They both lived in absolute abundance. Joe Dispenza does. Everyone does. Everyone in this field charges. Everyone who has a career charges for that career, whether they're charging for time or whether they're charging for other things. So we must start to let go of that idea and actually ask ourselves the question, if someone's charging for something and I find it frustrating, what is it in me that I need to discover? Now, I look into this and I think the thing that it is we have to start to discover that are we scared to trust? You know, life is about faith and about trust. And so Neville Goddard, somehow this illusion of him doing everything for free came about. Now, he was a very wealthy man for a family business as well, but he also made a lot of wealth through his wonderful profile and teachings. And at the end of the day, that is the form of value and exchange. Back when Jesus was preaching the word of God, the value of money was probably more like a wonderful place to stay, a hot meal, new clothes, you know, these things, these certain things, you know. So value, it's just an exchange of value. So I always say to people, you can find everything you ever wanted to learn for free on YouTube, but it's having the structure of being able to learn it. Now, for me, I've invested in people to help me have the structure. And people have invested in me to help them have the structure. And I just wanted you to know, and this is the thing that I wanted to put out there, Neville Goddard did charge. He was a wonderful, saintly man, and he probably did a lot for free too. Just like Joseph Murphy, just like Joe Dispenza, just like Abraham Hicks, and just like myself. You give you give out, and you end up getting back. But here's what I would say to you. If something is pulling on your strings, you need to have a little Michael Singer in you and say, what is the thorn in my side that's making me have that trigger? And I think it's great that Neville Goddard charged, and he charged handsomely, because it is a great signature that he knew that abundance is his right. And what he was teaching was life-changing. And I love all of that. So I just wanted to put that out to you guys. I wanted to send you all the love in the world for this, and know that if you ever have a question that you want to reach out on my free Facebook group. But if you are serious about needing one-to-one coaching, reach out on my website, where there is a fee, but that fee will be paid back in kind. Trust me. All the love in the world to you guys, and I hope you found that really interesting. If you want to hear Neville Goddard talk about it, check it out in the pinned comment.